Good morning to one and all present here. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the Lotus MUN 2020 Dream, Discover, and Conquer. It gives me immense pride to say that we are the first school to have organized an online MUN. We don't grow when things are easy, we grow when we take challenges. We Lotusians have grown in our experience in exploring how technology can be effectively utilized in teaching, learning, and the educational process. I'm delighted to state that we have organized a one of a kind conference with exhilarating committees chaired by some of the most eminent executive board members in the circuit, and a kind of conference that capitalizes on our strengths and have built on our commitment to promote effective use of technology during the pandemic, so that nothing could stop us from connecting with each other and to promote world peace and discuss diverse issues affecting the world. We would also like to welcome our international delegates from Australia, Switzerland, and Russia, Mr. Nathan Ireland, Mr. Ujay Singh Gill, and Miss Alicia Kors. We live in a world that is being reordered in every way, politically, economically, health and security wise, socially, and ecologically. It is a world full of complexities and extreme competition, where there is a battle for dominance and survival. Amidst this scenario, it is the responsibility of young leaders to work towards building such a world where pertinent issues are discussed and deliberated upon. The pervasive COVID-19 pandemic has caused many challenges, but the Josh is still high. Our guiding light and main source of inspiration is our dear Principal Ma'am, Miss Anita Malhotra. Her determination keeps us going. We are so grateful to her for providing us with this opportunity. I request our principal to address the gathering and enlighten us with her words of wisdom.
It's my proud privilege to welcome each one of you to the virtual Lotus MUN 2020 being hosted by the young, dynamic, and distinguished Secretariat of Lotus Valley International School, Gurgaon. As a principal of the host school, I am extremely delighted to announce that the virtual Lotus MUN has brought together more than 350 delegates from the prestigious schools of Delhi NCR and Allahabad, such as the three Delhi public schools, Sector 45, Sushant Lok, and Maruti Kunj, the Amity International Sector 46, the Sri Ram School, the Shiv Nadar School, the Lotus Valley, a sister school in Noida, St. Mary's Convent, Allahabad, Sun City School, Gurugram, Bal Bharti Public School, Pitampura, and the three Indraprastha World Schools in Dwarka, Noida, and Paschim Vihar. Good morning and a very warm welcome to each one of you present at this conference. Dear young adults, every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember the youth has within it the strength, the patience, and the passion to conquer all the challenges they face and work towards changing the world. After the prodigious success of the first edition of Lotus MUN, we are delighted to unveil the next edition on the 11th and the 12th of July 2020. Our vision, dream, discover, conquer strives to offer an opportunity to convey to young people the sense of belongingness to today's global society, to bring forth their sense of responsibility towards the issues that affect our planet, and to train them to find concrete solutions as global leaders and thinkers of tomorrow, keeping in mind the Sustainable Development Goals. Of late, rising nationalism is seen everywhere and in everything around. Wherever we look at the world, Global institutions and frameworks are under attack. The protectionism and the xenophobic zeal that is all part of the nationalistic wave has swept the world. This is something to think about as we grapple with the challenges faced by our world today. Extreme nationalism has made it difficult to translate global interdependence into cooperation and collaboration, especially for problems such as the planetary, environmental crisis, global hunger, and genocide. Our vision is for every student to dream globally, discover passionately, and conquer valiantly with respect to all the challenges they face in order to build the world that we all deserve. Through Lotus MUN 2020, we aim to prepare the youth for the future and empower them to contribute in making major global decisions at all levels by creating and providing a platform where the voice of the youth is heard worldwide and where dedicated students hone their diplomatic skills with an all round intellectual exposure. I place on record my deepest appreciation for the Secretary General Kriti Malik, Deputy Secretary General Ribhav Singh, Director General Aditya Gupta, IT Head Shaurya Babbar, and others, and of course, the teacher mentor, Madam Sanjana Srivastav, and the team of the whole of Social Studies Department under the dynamic Vice Principal, Mrs. Ruchi Joshi, who thought of bringing this forum online during this corona pandemic crisis. With this, I wish you all the best, happy Muning, and great and positive debating to all the participants. Learn from each other's perspectives, be good, great learners, be happy learners. God bless you. Jai Hind, and thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words and motivation. We would like to express our gratitude to our chief guest, Major Gaurav Arya. Major Gaurav Arya is a defense analyst. He completed his graduation from St. Stephen's College, Delhi in 1992. In 1993, he joined the Officers Training Academy, Chennai. He passed out in March 1994 and was commissioned into the 17th Battalion, the Kumaon Regiment. He left the Indian Army in 1999 and later completed his MBA. He is a keen writer whose work is enthusiastically followed on social media. Many online magazines have published his articles. He was earlier seen on almost all mainstream TV channels, speaking on strategy and current affairs. He has now joined Republic TV as Advisor Defense and Strategy. He is a TV host and anchors the immensely popular weekly TV show, The Patriot. This TV show is on soldiers from all forces and is about introducing the country to new heroes. Major Gaurav Arya is also a popular public speaker. He speaks on leadership, motivation, team building, strategic affairs, national security, and capability building. Now, I would request Major Gaurav Arya to kindle us with his thoughts and insights.
From the depth of our hearts, we would like to thank our chief guest, Major Gaurav Arya. It is an immense pleasure for us to have you with us, sir. We really appreciate you taking out time from your busy schedule. Your words have deeply motivated the delegates and have vitalized the start of a very important morning for all of us. Thank you so much, sir.
This conference would not have been possible without the hard work and dedication of our Secretary General Kriti Malik. I would like to call her to declare the conference open.
Thank you, Gul. Our sincere gratitude to Major Gaurav Arya for taking out time from his busy schedule to address the students at Lotus MUN. Sir, your address has truly left us inspired. Greetings to the August gathering. It is an honor to serve as the Secretary General of Lotus MUN 2020. This conference, through its vision, Dream, Discover, Conquer, aims to empower the youth to make informed decisions and stand tall, relying on the strength of their own capabilities. On behalf of Lotus Valley International School, Gurugram, I welcome you to this one-of-a-kind conference where we provide each delegate with multifarious dimensions to view the world. In this day and age, when the world is witnessing rapid transformation in all spheres, it is imperative to know that it is our grit, intellect, determination, and perseverance that plays an essential role in shaping the future. I take this opportunity to welcome our advisors and the Executive Board. We start with welcoming our Chief Advisor, Mr. Mohammad Shahrukh Ali, and our Advisor, Mr. Ronak Singh. Moving on to the General Assembly, we welcome Chairperson, Mr. Pulkit Taneja, Vice Chairperson, Mr. Dhruva Gupta, and Director, Mr. Shaurya Sigharia. Moving on to the United Nations Security Council, we welcome Chairperson, Mr. Chandra Das, and Vice Chairperson, Mr. Arnav Sharma. Moving on to the International Court of Justice, it is our pleasure to welcome President, Mr. Agastya Sen. For the World Health Organization, we welcome Chairperson, Mr. Sarthak Ravi, Vice Chairperson, Ms. Priyam Sharma, and Rapporteur, Mr. Aditya Kumar Menon. For the Indian War Cabinet, we welcome Mr. Siddhant Bajaj as the Prime Minister, Mr. Rahul Sharma as the National Security Advisor, and Mr. Aditya Israni as the Crisis Director. For the Union of European Football Associations, we welcome Chairperson, Mr. Jasjeet Singh, Vice Chairperson, Mr. Aditya Kumar Mehta, and Rapporteur, Mr. Ayush Rajput. For the Reserve Bank of India Review Committee, it is our pleasure to welcome Governor, Mr. Shashwat Avasthi, Deputy Governor, Mr. Bhavesh Bhagat, and Executive Director, Mr. Dhruv Kairon. Last but not the least, it's our pleasure to welcome Nanki Singh Ahluwalia as the Head of International Press. Wishing each one a wonderful learning experience where we together create memories for a lifetime. With this, I, Kriti Malik, Secretary General of Lotus MUN 2020, declare the conference open.
Thank you so much, Shruti. Dear delegates and participants, we will all now be sent into different breakout rooms, with each committee having a separate breakout room. To join your breakout room, please click on the Join Breakout Room option showed on your screen. Chits are to be sent through the Zoom chat feature, and you may use the raise hand feature to communicate in the committees. We request you to kindly switch off your cameras and mics during the break. The Executive Board will explain all the rules of procedure in the respective committees. I wish you all the very best and hope that you have the most stimulating conference with constructive debates.